Hey, Scruffy. I'm early. So I'm almost an hour early, I think. So I have a flea pill for you today. I've been seeing you've had a couple deep scratches the past few nights, so I'm thinking maybe it's flea pill time. You scratched me last night. I reviewed the footage. I was barely touching you, even if I did. I'm not even sure I actually did touch you. It looked like I was just brushing very close to your side, and then you got triggered, and then you took a swipe at me, and I think you missed, and then you took another swipe at me, and I know you got your claw in my finger, so you're being petty. You didn't have to scratch me. I barely touched you, and when you missed, you made sure to claw me. So I'm not that unhappy. I was wondering, maybe a flea bit you when I was about to pet you and you thought it was me. So I'm going to give you a flea pill tonight. So the weather is about the same. I plan to go for a short interval run after I feed Scruffy. I did a bike ride last night after I fed Scruffy. Did the extended route, or an extended route. I've been doing almost the same one for the past few weeks. But I think 2 rides ago I changed it up. I actually did a different route. But yesterday I went back to the route I was doing. I was feeling a little more tired. I think because of the run I did the prior day. I was still feeling a little bit. So I didn't want to push myself any harder. So I'm actually still, I think, feeling a little bit of it, so that's why I'm doing an interval run tonight. Although I've been kind of debating on whether I should do the interval runs more often. The way I was doing it before was to do 2 long runs and then an interval run. More recently, I've been doing alternating, so long run, short run. One of the reasons for that is because it's been so hot recently. Short runs are more manageable in the hot weather. But I'm wondering if the short runs are actually helping my performance. I'm wondering if I should do them more often. So I know there are a bunch of research papers about interval runs and things about VO2 max and how it can really help your training. I'm not professionally training or anything, so I'm not sure if any of this stuff makes a difference at my level, but oops, Scruffy went under the chair. Hey, Scruffy. But yeah, I think feeling a little more tired yesterday. I think my ride was a tad bit slower. It was still a pretty good speed, so at least for me recently. So it was okay. And then yeah, the weather I think cooled down a little sooner, so I was getting the breeze a little earlier. It wasn't so before. I usually it doesn't cool down and get a breeze till right at sunset, and was actually feeling one a little before sunset, so that was actually kind of nice. Yeah, there was a guy I passed. Was walking down the big hill near the where the my route tops out, and yeah, he shouted out to me saying he's basically giving me the thumbs up. I forgot exactly what he said, but yeah, he noticed I was. I think he's asking me, yeah, do I do this every day? Because yeah, he's said I've been noticing you. He says, yeah, good job. I said, yeah. I'm trying every day. Actually, yeah, it's every other day since I run on the other days, but whatever. But yeah, he's nice. So. Didn't see any deer. I think I was a little surprised because I hit some quiet areas where yeah, there weren't very many people or no people at all, and so I thought there would be a higher chance of me seeing a deer since nobody's around. But yeah, I didn't encounter any. So yeah, I was really hungry last night, and also today. Yesterday, I think I was mentioning I was craving fats, so I didn't stop at the McDonald's. Probably should have. But yeah, it'd be a pain to lock up my bike and go in and wait for the food and then carry it back in my backpack or something. I can do it. But usually after a long ride, I just want to get home, rest. So this morning for breakfast, I decided to cook some corned beef hash. So I talked about that last night. I had a small little Ziploc bag of a little bit of corned beef hash I had saved from a can I opened because I didn't want to eat the whole can in one serving, or keeping it over multiple days. So I finally used it, and yeah, that was good. That was tasty. So I'm hoping, yeah, my craving subsides, because yeah, it's pretty fatty stuff. I'm probably really craving a nice cheeseburger and fries or something. But yeah, I'll see if I can fight the urge to do that. I'll probably do a day where I cook a hamburger or something. I haven't had one in a really long time. I did a steak, was it a month ago? Longer? I don't remember. That was really good. Yep, there's that grooming again. So that's what the flea pill is for, Scruffy. So I probably should get you your food so you can eat your flea pill. And then I should sneak out before the fleas start jumping off. He's hugging the glove. Okay, let's get your food. Okay, so I have a fresh can of meaty pate with real chicken and tuna, and I actually put a little extra kibble in there. And over poured it, so it's a little too much, but since he's getting a flea pill, why not? I figured it'd be a good day to do a flea pill since it's a fresh can, and get all the extra grease in the can, and so the flea pill. So I grind up the flea pill in a pill crusher, so it's powder, and so with all the extra grease or liquid in the can, it basically dissolves and mixes in with the food real nicely. So it's probably a good time to give it to him. So let's see. I did see Scruffy this morning, but yeah, once again I didn't have the camera on, so I missed that opportunity. And then at lunch, I came out at lunch and I looked around. I couldn't see him. Couldn't find him. So I walked around the table, looking out in the yard. Didn't see him. And then, I finally came in. And then as I was finished closing the screen door, I saw he was walking towards the water from the outer edge of the deck. So I looked out there and I didn't see him. So I'm thinking he was off the deck or under the deck, and then he finally decided to climb up onto the deck and approach after I was inside. That's my guess. It could have been just maybe obstructed. Maybe he was behind something and I didn't see him, but I tried looking for that, so I don't think he was. So I'm going to review the footage, see if I can see where he came out. But but yeah, my guess is he was off the deck and then he climbed back on after I went back inside. And then he came to the water, looked at it, and then he actually came up to the door and he gave out one big meow. And then he sat kind of on the mat, I think in front of the door, looking at me. And didn't really know what to do, so I was a little tempted to give him a treat, but since he scratched me last night, and then the fact he was waiting for me to go back inside, and it didn't actually approach it until I was already inside, I was less motivated to give him a treat. If he had approached before I went back inside, I probably would have given him a treat. But yeah, he's still waiting for me to leave. So I think it's weird that he waits for me to leave, and then he comes and then actually approaches me when I'm inside. Let's see what else. This wasn't yesterday, but it was one of my semi-recent trips to where I bike. On the exposed mountainside, I saw a person standing way off the trail, kind of in the weeds, squatting down, and it looked like they were pulling certain weeds. So it looks like they were doing some sort of manual labor. And I thought it was really odd because so they were up there all alone. They didn't look like a park worker to me. Um, and on top of that, any park worker I've seen that does any type of land maintenance, usually they have big equipment. So they'd have like a big tractor type thing or something they pull behind their truck or something to basically take out the weeds. Um, yeah, they don't do generally they don't do like really fine tune stuff because everything is kind of mostly natural, and any trimming they do the brush is usually just for fire safety. Um, so yeah, I wasn't sure what this person was doing. I was wondering. So yeah, different thoughts went through my head. None of them really make that much sense. So one, maybe this person was looking for a very specific type of plant or something. So maybe they know something about how to forage themselves, and maybe there's a certain type of plant that has some nutritional value or some other value that we people just see as weeds. That's one possibility. Another possibility is that it was a park worker, but yeah, they weren't dressed anything like a park worker, and they had no equipment. It looks like they didn't even have a vehicle or anything, so they would have had to walk up kind of far just to pick some weeds in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, and then they were really far deep into the brush. They weren't, they're really kind of far off the trail. So yeah, it didn't seem to make sense. I was thinking maybe it was a community service type thing, like when you're sentenced to do community service or something like that. But yeah, there was nobody else around, so there was nobody supervising them, and they weren't dressed like in an orange jumpsuit or anything. So, um, and honestly, I think that'd be a really lousy community service job. Oops, I'm trying to move the balls. I scared Scruffy. So I want him to lick the bowl clean because some of the Flea Pill powder might be in there at the bottom. It's a very small pill, so it's not actually a lot of powder to go around. And the person was older, so it didn't really fit the profile of somebody who would have to do community service. It's possible, but yeah, I think it's unlikely. Yeah, I don't know what benefit there would be picking weeds in the middle of nowhere. I was also surprised they were doing it because yeah, they were kind of in the sun, so it's been hot. So yeah, that's a really crummy job. Okay, well, I think Scruffy's about done. Yep. So it's a good time for me to go away. So I think the fleas are going to start jumping off probably within 20 minutes. I'm just hoping he doesn't throw up. So he looks okay. Okay, I'm going to get up. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.